Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, Big Mama Energy.
I'm Brittany.
And I'm Tia. And today we are doing our Insecure review. Season 4, episode 5. Low-key moving on.
This was a good one.
This was a good episode, guys.
Yes.
I'm like excited about this review. I think this is going to be a good review.
And before we get into it, make sure you subscribe.
Definitely subscribe and like and share. And then also, if you haven't watched our reviews before, go ahead and check those out 1 through 4.
Absolutely.
All right. So we jumping right into this because it was some juiciness going on.
It was juicy.
So right off the bat, we're going to jump into Issa and Nathan.
Oh God.
Okay, she slid right up in them DMs.
She definitely did. She slid right in the DMs.
Right in them.
It was down in the DMs.
And pretty much asked him, like, you know, what are you doing up so late? And he couldn't sleep, and she couldn't sleep. So he said, hit him up, and she did that. She called them.
She definitely did.
And how did you feel about that conversation?
I mean, I feel like him coming out of nowhere kind of like had me taken back a little bit.
Right.
But I mean, hey, it's whatever.
He came out of nowhere, but in this particular scene, she actually reached out to him.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So he definitely popped out of nowhere, and I feel like we definitely need answers, like to why he went MIA and everything that was going on. But I was like, okay, and I enjoyed the little conversation because I felt like Issa got to vent about Molly a little bit.
Right, that's true. And she said she don't fuck with her.
And I was surprised that she was saying that to him.
Because they have that friend in common, or he's friends with H and Bay.
Right.
But I mean, it is what it is. And I was actually saying, you know, talking about this a little bit, saying how sometimes it's easier to talk to somebody who's not like directly in the middle.
Right.
Like, you know, maybe it's easier for her to open up to him because he's not like one of her friends.
Right. And it won't get back to her.
Hopefully it won't get back unless you're a nut. But yeah, I feel like it's easier to talk to people sometimes that are outside of the loop. Right. You know, and get like their perspective on things.
I definitely felt like she was very comfortable in that conversation. And it just felt light and easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I felt like all the conversation that she was having thus far this season was kind of heavy and like too much, I feel like. Like it was something light. You know, they joked about him, you know, being the one who helped her with the whole block party idea. And I thought that was cute. I was like,
reminiscing, going down memory lane a little bit.
Right. But yeah, so Andrew and Molly, their whole little boo love session in the morning while they were getting ready for the block party. I liked that. Like, I thought that was so cute. Dumb talking. Like, that whole interaction with each other, I thought that was just really cute. And also, like, I love Andrew. I can't say it enough. And I love Andrew for Molly because he tells her how it is.
He keeps her focused and he keeps her level-headed. Exactly. You know, she kind of goes off of course and he's like, let me guide you back in there.
Exactly.
And you need that. You need that balance in life. So I like him.
Not only does he do that in their relationship, he does that with Issa and her relationship as well. Yeah. You know, when she starts to talk kind of negatively about Issa, he kind of like reels it back in. Like, you know, that's your friend. Yeah. And like kind of brings her back to reality. So I really, really like that. I feel like that is good.
It is good.
You know,
he's not just like, oh, well, F her. No, he's like, you know, trying to figure out what's really going on between them.
All right.
I like that. I'm here for it.
So now we're at the block party. Okay, so it got off to a little shaky start.
Slow start.
It was a slow start.
But I mean, it looked great.
It really did.
It reminded me of like Made in America or Coachella, stuff like that. You know. It was cool.
I really liked it. I like everything was set up. It seemed like everything like was coming together very organized.
Right.
I liked it so far, like as the episode was going on. And then we spot Candola.
That was awkward.
Next to the Spotify truck.
Yeah. That was awkward.
That was very awkward. How did you feel about that scene?
For her to not even say anything to Issa.
That was
just
weird.
Like show up. Like I know you're going to show up, but I don't know. She did at this point. She didn't know she was going to show up.
Right, and I feel like
it was like strange.
It was no communication at that point. She definitely made it very awkward, like very, very awkward.
It was weird
because even if you and she dropped the bomb.
She dropped the bomb
that her and Lawrence broke up.
They're not together anymore. But even so, we have something that we're doing. This is business.
This is business.
On the last review.
Exactly.
This is business. So you need to like tie those loose ends up. Like, look,
yes, be
be professional at the end of the day. You
be
know?
professional. And I definitely feel like in this whole scene and throughout this whole thing with Candola and Issa and Lawrence, I feel like Issa was being more professional than Candola, and even though Candola is supposed to be more professional than Issa, like
right,
you about this. You've been doing this,
yeah.
and like you really showing your ass.
Yeah.
Like that's how I felt.
Issa held it together.
She definitely held it together, and then even afterwards, she just was like, okay, well, I'll see you around, and she continued to do what she had to do.
Yeah.
And I thought that was dope.
Right.
I was proud of Issa in that moment.
I was proud of her as well.
Okay, so let's talk about how Kelly is for sure a clown.
Kelly's crazy.
She
now you're British. Just now, you know, have a British accent, and
it was a little cute though, her little accent. I was like, okay, but she's for sure a clown.
She's crazy as hell.
She's a clown.
Why would you start talking like that in front of this man? Like, I can't.
That whole thing
She's
was
hilarious. Like,
and then I just threw this in here. So Derek, Tiffany's husband, okay, he was wilding out at the block party.
Yeah.
I don't know if Baby Simone got him stressed out, but he was telling people to shut the fuck
he
up.
was telling them to shut
And I was
up.
just like,
but they were, you know, saying rude things to his wife and her friends. So I was here for it. Like, yes,
I was like, I was like, whoa, what did he say? I mean, what did they say about the
that
friends?
they were old. They called them old.
I missed that
Because
part.
they were doing like the whole jail pose and stuff, and they was like, oh, you know. So he was like, shut the fuck up. And I was here for it, like, right.
I missed
These
that
young
part.
kids is disrespectful, so I was here for it.
I missed that part about them calling them old. I just like, oh, Derek out here wilding out, but that was it tickled me.
Yeah,
like, shut the fuck up. I'm here
I feel
for
like
it.
they're both out the house. I do want to touch on Tiffany too, because I feel like she could really be going through postpartum depression.
Right.
Because some of the comments that she was making about Baby Simone, her name,
Yes.
I was just like, oh my goodness.
She definitely is going through postpartum depression.
I believe so.
She's not taking it very well, I guess. Like, after having the baby, she's kind of trying to figure it all out.
Mm-hmm.
And
it is a big transition when you're not a parent going to being a parent. Oh my God, new mom, like it's a lot. And a lot of people do go through postpartum and they might not even be realizing that they're going through that. So I hope she gets the help that she needs to, you know, and realizes that, you know, she needs a little help. She's going through something.
Right.
But she's kind of like, I feel like, my opinion, I feel like she's detaching herself from her baby. Like, she couldn't wait to get out the house. And I mean, rightfully so, it is stressful.
Right.
But just some of her comments, just made me think she might be going through something.
She's most definitely probably going through postpartum depression. I'm hoping that maybe that was what she needed, just to get out the house. You know what I mean? She probably was in the house, you know,
since she gave birth.
Since she gave birth, and probably like wasn't really doing too much while she was pregnant in general. So I think she just needed to let her hair down. So when Derek did come to her and let her know that, you know, Baby Simone was a little rattled and they needed to go home because she was crying, and she said, "Can you just go? Can I stay?" I like that moment that he went and assist, because typically it's always the woman going to care for the child. So I thought that was a beautiful moment, personally. But hopefully, like I said, she needed that day out, and maybe she can unwind a little bit more, and you know, things will come together. Hopefully. Okay, so on the last episode, I definitely said that Nathan was going to show up at the block party.
Oh, you
predicted
that.
He was going to show up at the block party. And although, you know, he was MIA for a while, I really feel like this episode was beautiful. The words that he shared, you know, with Issa, because I feel like throughout everything that was going on, throughout her, you know, trying to plan this event, nobody ever gave her any words of encouragement, really, or told her,
or like a pat on the back, like, girl, go ahead, girl,
like, you should be proud
right.
of this accomplishment. Like, you really should.
A lot of people doubted her.
A lot of people doubted
and
her.
her friends as well, and like, so I feel like he was there supporting her.
He was very supportive, and it was very beautiful.
like, enjoy this, live in the moment. And that's important, to live in the moment. Like,
absolutely,
you did it. You made all this come together. You're why we're
you
here.
did this for the muscle,
right.
And
from just a vision that you had, you know.
So I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I love that too. He actually held it together throughout the whole night.
Like, he really
was her
did.
Support, you know.
He really
which
did,
was really cool.
Which was amazing. Even though you was MIA, you pulled through Nathan, and
he kind of redeemed himself. This whole this episode. That
definitely.
Cool, he still got some explaining to do.
For sure. Maybe in next episode we'll see what's going on.
Really. On that.
So Issa and Molly, their whole they slightly was like reconnecting a little bit on the dance floor when they was doing a wobble. I was like, oh.
And when she bought her some food,
she bought her some food
to eat. Molly bought Issa some food to eat. That was really cool. I feel like they were connected, but it was moments. Where it could have been, a full-on talk that they need to have. Like, they could have had that, but Issa, again, this was her day.
Right.
So she had to do this and had to do that.
And that's the thing. Yeah. I feel like at that moment, that wasn't the moment to have that full-blown conversation. Issa is hosting this event. Right. So I understood, Molly, I understand that you're upset, but this is Issa's event, and she's holding it down. She's hosting this. Yeah. So you have to understand.
Well, I like that she was trying to, reach out to her. Right. Do little things out of kindness, acts of kindness. So, they can rehatch things.
I did like
beautiful. That. She was, and I like when they were dancing together, like you said.
Yeah, I think those were amazing scenes. However, like I said, it wasn't the time, I guess, right then and there. Okay. And then shortly that was lived because they had a falling out.
They had a big fight.
We want to call this
that's what happens.
Part boundaries.
Right. That's what happens though. When you hold things in so long and harbor those emotions, you explode. And it just comes out, and it's not maybe the best moment. But that's why you got to talk about things before they come to a head. Because then you're at the block party and y'all about to come to blows.
Right. So, to fill you guys in, if you hadn't watched it, so pretty much, Issa asked Molly for a favor on the last episode, asking Andrew if he couldn't hook her up with an artist because he works at Live Nation. Molly said no. She said she didn't want to ask him because, her relationship with Andrew is very important to her, and she just wanted to keep it safe. Like, it's fresh, it's new. So she basically told Issa no. Issa talked to Nathan, which is Andrew's friend, and pretty much asked Nathan behind Molly's back to ask Andrew the favor. Right. And Nathan did so.
And it came through.
And it came to blows. Like, it was a big argument. It blew
Molly
up.
put 2 and 2 together. And she figured out that Issa went behind her back and asked Nathan. But Andrew, he said, she kind of kept you out of it. Like, you wanted her to keep you out of it. She did. I feel like she did cross that boundary. Because she did say she did not want to get her boo involved in all of that.
Right.
I kind of understand where both of them was coming from. Issa crossed that boundary, crossed that line. She went and did it anyway.
Right.
But I feel like that was not the time to talk about that.
Right. It wasn't.
Yes, boundaries were crossed. But this is the moment. You don't want to talk about this right now. Like, why?
Boundaries was definitely crossed. But, again, I kind of see why Issa did it, but at the same time, it's like, you and Molly isn't, like, y'all aren't in the greatest space right now. So you should have known that you going, this is the thing. If you're going to do it, own what you're doing. You get what I'm saying? Because you knew that once Molly found out that it was going to be a problem. You knew that. You know what I'm saying? And I honestly could say that probably if I was in that situation, I probably would have did the same thing Issa did. And I only say that because this is something that she's been working so hard for this whole time. And like, it literally could have crumbled just because she couldn't get a headliner. So when you're thinking about that, all the money that you done put out, all the hustle that you done did, like, I get it. Like, I understand where Issa was coming from. And I understand where she probably felt like Molly didn't want to see her do great. Because they just was not on the same page. They weren't seeing eye to eye. So, I understand. But as a friend, I understand that Issa definitely crossed boundaries. If I told you, no, don't involve my man. Don't involve my man.
And she's going to feel some type of way.
So I can see both sides.
Yeah.
I can see from a personal friendship and from a business side. So,
Right.
yeah. How do you feel about that? Same?
I just feel like, you know, you once you, as far as Issa, you know you cross that line, so you gotta be expecting anything. You gotta be ready for anything from her.
Hold yourself accountable for your actions.
Yeah, pretty much. You have to be expecting that because she told you not to. So, like, but I mean, she might not have been expecting that at the block party.
At the block party,
she might not have thought it would come out then.
Right.
But it did.
It did. It happened. And hopefully this is the blow up that they needed to get back on the same page and talk about everything. We'll see.
She pretty much said she's miserable. Issa said Molly is just miserable and she doesn't want anybody to be happy. Yeah,
she pretty much said if the relationship between her and Andrew messes up, is going to be from Molly alone. Like, you don't need my help to mess up your relationship.
You do a good job with that yourself.
Pretty much that it was,
So it got real.
It got real in that moment. I was like, whoo, child.
Right. I thought they were going to fight. I'm like, excuse me.
Yeah, because she said, Molly, get your hands up on my face. I was like, it really got spicy. I really enjoyed this episode. It was a lot going on, but I loved it. But like I said, I just hope everything gets, back to normal with Issa and Molly because they are friends.
I know, salvage that friendship. Hopefully, they can sit down.
The love is there, for sure.
Yeah, you can tell.
You can definitely tell. It's just a little awkwardness, and it's okay. Like, Issa is different. When you change the dynamics of friendships, it kind of shakes it all, messes up, unbalances, I'll say. Because Molly is used to being the working friend, the friend that always got stuff going on. And now Issa is the working friend and she's doing stuff on her own. So now it's unbalanced and they're going to just have to figure it out.
You got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Your relationships change. Any relationship you have.
Absolutely.
And you just have to work through those changes. If you really love and care about that person, you'll figure it out. You'll find a way.
But yeah, at the end of the episode, it pretty much ended because somebody yelled out. Oh, was it Kelly that yelled out?
Somebody got a gun. I was like,
and it just went crazy. Everybody ran. And at the end, Kelly yells out that she's from Philly. I said that explains it.
That explains a lot. I was like, oh, you from Philly?
Yo, when she said, I'm from Philly,
right.
I said,
she said, somebody got a gun. You already know.
I was cracking up. I was not expecting Kelly to say she was from Philly. I didn't know she was
from Philly, but now I'm like,
okay. That explains the clownery.
Yeah, I'm not that much.
But yes, if you guys haven't, you definitely should check out this episode. It was a really, really good episode. Hopefully, next episode, Lawrence shows back up because he was MIA.
He was like, I'm staying away from that.
And Kendola only had like a 2-minute scene, so yeah.
I'm curious to see what happens with that dynamic now that they're broken up.
Yes, things get a little spicy between Issa and Lawrence, maybe possibly.
But Nathan is back in the building,
right? So I don't know. He came and shook the room.
Hey, he definitely did.
For real, I don't know how this gonna go.
Right.
Ciao. Well, until next time, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Leave those comments. Tell us how you felt about this episode.
Hit the bell.
What did you think about the argument with Molly and Issa? Nathan showing back up. Let us know.
Yeah.
Okay. And also utilize our email at bigmamaenergy at gmail.com. Okay.
All right.
Until next time, guys. Bye.